And we're back. I gotta make a new Pancho because I accidentally sold mine to the trader. um, but okay, it's 6:30. We need, because we're gonna work on tools tonight. We need plant fibers. We also need iron. So I'm just gonna whack on stones out here for a bit, and then I'm gonna collect some plant fibers. I've been thinking about this base and that problem we had on Horde Night. I think we need to do our upgrades to that very soon, to the outside part, and get some spikes and barbed wire out in the yard. And we're gonna need bunches of stone for that, and we're gonna need bunches of iron for that because I want to upgrade all my spikes. I'm thinking probably about 20,000 iron, give or take, or at least that's a good estimate. I think I worked out the math on doing all the spikes just around the base of the base, but that was gonna, I think that was gonna be around 6,000. So we're gonna have more out, plus barbed wire, which is a lot cheaper. But 15,000-20,000 I think is probably a good start, or a good, something to shoot for. Oh, this is going nicely since I got the Miner 69er capped out. I don't think we're gonna have time to mine this week, because what I need to do is, as soon as I get the base set up, I need to go take down some of these PO. I've been saying that for 2 weeks, by the way, but I do need to go take down some POIs because I need a new wrench or more wrenches, and because we need mechanical parts, and hopefully we'll get some experience along the way, because I need some points to put into concrete or cement, whatever the case may be, and cement mixer and a workbench, or excuse me, cement mixer and a workbench, so I can make the cement mixer. And we're gonna need mechanical parts for both, I think. I gotta look up the workbench. I forget what all we need for that. $7 p.m. Excellent. We're going to be doing a lot of mining, so we got 31 more points of that we can go. Hopefully that will help level us. there. One there. How are we looking on stone? Looking pretty good. I'm gonna do. See how we do. Oh. Hey, Bullet. I'm doing pretty good, my friend. Young man. I think from what you told me the other night, I'm a year younger than you, my friend. I appreciate the follow though. I don't get notifications of that during stream because I'm on console and I use a tablet to well, you know, the console to cast and the tablet to watch chat. But I'm gonna start trying to be better about checking my email. We don't get notifications of that on the apps for whatever reason. I wish we did. But and also on Xbox Live, we should get a game going sometime. I've been so wrapped up in streaming this one, I haven't really done much else the last few days. How are you doing tonight? We had our first horde night in the new base, the 21-day horde, and I mean we won. I still have yet to die on a horde night, knock on wood. But they took out a few blocks or a block under one of the pillars and on one of the sides, and it about gave me a heart attack. So project for this week is to get that a little more secure. Hopefully be making cement. I don't know if I'll be making cement this week though. I'll have to see how it goes because I gotta get the yard built out. Oh, I know, man. Like 50. I think about 50. It's like, my God, how did this happen? I'm 47 actually. So I'm 2 years younger than you. But yeah, what is the I've you know what, I've only been on Nav a couple of times. It was before the patch, and it was in other people's games that they invited me to, and then the patch came and we kind of didn't really stick with it because we were just decided we were going to start over after the patch. And I've always just played random gen just because, I don't know, just appealed to me just because you don't know what you're getting, you know, and you just have to figure it out. But you know, just personal preference. What does the football field do for you? I've heard people talk about that before, like on the Reddit and stuff. Or red people talking about it, I guess I should say. Is there anything in particular that the football field is good for, or is it just cool because it's a football field? Yeah, I heard that. Actually, I think I might have. You know, I know that's a new POI, but I ran into what looked like a prison. It could have been a military base. I don't know. Oops, wrong way. On the old patch, and I stepped on a mine. I was checking it out, and as soon as I got near it, I blew to Kingdom Come, and just I wound up starting that map over. So I never went back. Um, I've run into a few of the new POIs. We've got the that's the Days Inn Motel right there. I've gone through part of it. I need that's probably where I'll pick up when I after I you know when I get to that step. I need to work on the base first, but later this week I'm gonna go over there because I need to start getting stuff together for a cement mixer and a workbench. But also in this town that that's a whole town over there. Is the trailer park, and I don't think we have any of the other new POIs. Maybe like a lot of the houses look different, so this town's mostly houses, so I'm sure some of those are new. And there's another town kind of over the ridge that I found and didn't take the time to go through any of it. And like the funeral homes over there. What's the big hotel? The Ostrich Hotel. That's over there, and I want to say there was one more, and I can't remember. Can't remember offhand which one it was. Gotcha, gotcha. Well, that sounds pretty cool. So it's just a good, nice, big, flat space to build on, pretty much, with a fence around it. That sounds pretty ideal, actually. I spent a couple days after my day 14 horde night looking for a good place to build my real base, and then wound up just coming back over here to town. I built it in the middle of town in a big open space over there. It's hard to find big wide open spaces at times, depending on what biome you're in. I was on one map, one random gen map. We had a forest biome that had like just this massive flat space, and I built on that. It was awesome. You don't find that very often on random gen, I find. I like the forest biomes just because I like the look, and the climates are, well, they used to be pretty stable. Now with the new patch, they're all over the place, changing clothes 6 and 8 times a day now. But they tend to be really hilly, and that's kind of a pain to build around. You got to do a lot of flattening. I mean, you can do it. It's just that clock's always running. So everything you spend time doing is time you're not spending doing something else. So flat is good, I find. Ooh, I gotta get in. Safe home for the night. Alright. Let's see what we're doing here. I'm gonna stash this. just put it on. This is going in here. We need to cook some iron. Oh, so I guess I'll get that started. Let's do that to start. Okay, let's see. Stick this in here for now. Stick this in here for now. I think I probably need to do a little reorganizing of my boxes over here. I've got things kind of spread out a little bit. I need a new wrench also. Need a lot of things actually. I guess I should probably go ahead and take care of this infection, since that's coming up. I usually don't mess with those until they're getting close to stage 2, because why cure it when you're actually... You could pick up another one. But yeah, this week's really got to count, because that about gave me a heart attack when they knocked that hole in the wall. And I noticed an interesting and scary zombie behavior when they breach your structure. They all pile on that spot. I kept trying to slip a wood frame in there, and every time I'd get a gore block cleared, another zombie would jump right in. So I think you said you play on PC with Valmod. Do you play console as well? Yeah, that's right. That's right. That's why we added one another. Forgive me. I've talked to a few people about this over the last few days. So the new one you're playing for the football field, that's on console. Excellent. Excellent. Well, like I said, I've got the PC version too, but I've kind of been in just being a couch potato and sitting on the couch and playing on Xbox, and I'm still way in the learning curve on this game, even though I've been playing for about 6 weeks, which is what makes it cool. I think I like games like that. I like games that have a you know take some learning and experience to be any good at, and it's engaging. Yeah, you do creative. That's cool. Yeah, I guess that gives you a lot of control. You can kind of build whatever you want, and then turn your zombie spawns on and off, change different difficulties and spawn rates and stuff to test it out. That'd be a pretty cool way to play the game, I think. I have a creative save that I just use for testing. Really, just seeing what stuff like if I'm gonna build something, I'll kind of do a mock-up on that first, just to kind of make sure you got the structural integrity is good first and foremost, and see how it looks, and just to test it out. So you don't, because the thing about the regular game is that clock's always running, and anytime you waste time with something, it can be a bit of a setback. It adds up. In fact, speaking of that, I usually do what I'm doing right now at night until like right at 4 a.m. when I've got it set for night to end at 4. And by the time I eat and get everything loaded back up and everything, it's usually like 4:30. It's after 4. Sometimes even 5. And I need to like get an early start today, like be out the door at 4 because I got a lot to do this week. Yeah, you put the spawns on high. That's cool. Yeah, I mean that definitely cuts to the chase, right? Just you're in creative, so you can pretty much build whatever you want, and then bring the massive hordes and test it out. That's pretty cool. This really slows down in the 400s. I've noticed. I think it's like I made a count the other day. I think it's basically I clear out everything except for these 3 spaces, obviously, because I need the resources. I could put them on my tool belt, but I just don't want to deal with loading all that up again. But it's basically like a full load per level up of the actual quality of the weapons. here in the blue. And I don't know if that changes further along in the 400s you get. I don't know if it's incremental by if the rate is incremental by, you know, your skill level itself, or if it goes by the tier of weapon or of tool. But either way, it's slowing down a lot. I think I was like 200 the first night. Yeah, I've seen that. I've seen that. I'm gonna have to, if at whatever point I switch to, or you know, I don't know if I'll, you know, at whatever point I switch to playing on PC, I'll have to learn all that, all the new stuff. Because I find there's kind of a flow to the point system. You know, you kind of, you know, kind of have a little strategy for how you do your early points and everything. And I imagine that would probably change a lot with the differences on PC. I mean, it makes sense though. I mean, I do this because we can. It's smart to do because we can do it. But I mean, you can very easily tell in these games on here on console that spam crafting. You know, I mean, you know, I'm on Nomad difficulty right now, and you know, right out the gate on day one, the zombies are a little tough, and then, you know, after a couple of hours of spam crafting, I mean, just getting everything into the, you know, into the 50s even just makes a world of difference. And by a couple hours, I mean game hours. You know, just doing a couple loads, you know, right there at the beginning, you know, just makes a whole world of difference. But I think on PC it starts like your lowest quality is 50 now, right? Like when you like right out the gate, you don't start at 1 with everything. If I saw that right. So that kind of puts you about in that zone. Actually, I think what I'm gonna do is get in there with it. I don't want to look at the map and see. I've been using this and this for clay pits. But I kind of don't want to go too deep because this is my farmhouse and I want to sort of leave those for making jars and stuff down the road. I need to go... I was going to head this way and collect stone. But I need clay also. There's really no clay over by the base, and I don't really know that I want to dig near the base anyway. Base is here. I don't know. I could probably do this one still. Oops. Where is it? Yeah, over here. I could probably keep pulling out of this one. That's a pretty big one though. Maybe go off the... I don't know. I'll figure it out. See where I get to. Maybe just dig this and be done with it. I was thinking about everything I had to do before I got on tonight, and I was pondering clay. Like, if you play a map long term, I mean, I guess there's so much of it, you'll never run out of places to get it. But if it doesn't regen, I mean, I guess it's conceivable you could just be eventually just be dead in the water. I mean, that'd have to be a heck of a long playthrough. So I need to look at my skills. Oh, I got 45 points. Oh, that's nice. Oh, that's very nice. Oh, I've got what I need for concrete and workbench now. Oh, that's very, very nice. I only have one wrench though, and it's in terrible disrepair, and I'm kind of thinking maybe I should go for steel so I can repair that wrench and get what I need, because I still have to get what I need to build a workbench. And well, you're a 7 days player, Bullet. What how would you approach that? 45 points. I need 30 for steel, 30 for concrete, 15 for the workbench, and I have 45 at the moment, which means I can get one of the 30s and the workbench, and only one wrench that needs to be repaired. Should I go for steel first, do you think, and then assume that sometime during this week I'm gonna level up, or should I go right for the two that I need the most? But see, then I won't have a way to... I mean, I don't know. I guess I could get lucky with another wrench while I loot. Decisions. I think I should do the steel, actually. Some iron recouping. I could probably make enough steel, like a little stack of 10 or 20, just to keep that wrench repaired, and then go loot what I need for the other stuff, and then hopefully I'll level up enough to get the other one. Yeah, well, I'm gonna get the workbench. Yeah, Yeah, I'm gonna look at that again. Let me get this next load going. Okay. So I'm getting workbench. In fact, I'll just go ahead and get that now. Boom. We can make a workbench, which we will do in the morning over at the base. Now the question is, with these other 30 points, concrete mixing or steel smithing. Like, I need the concrete for the base, but I don't have the stuff to build either a workbench or a concrete mixer. And I only have one wrench that's in disrepair, so I'm thinking about going steel smithing so I can repair my wrench and go ahead and get on looting all that stuff and getting it running. I think that's what I'm going to do. That was my dilemma, basically. Yeah, I've been looking forward to getting a workbench. They're really, really super handy. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. That's what I'm gonna do. Hey, do you know, since I've got your ear about this, do you know how to level up science to be able to get the chemistry table? Do you just do it by putting points in? Is that the best way, or is there something you can craft to level it up? Yeah, yeah, and do all the tools too. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's what I'm gonna do. Because I'm maxed on Miner 69er, so I think and on uh, Tyrannosaurus, so I should be okay with I think with a steel pickaxe at this point. And I need a new pickaxe. This thing's been repaired so many times. It's getting down into the mid 300s, and you know I'm about to be able to craft 100 points higher than that. So time is a yeah. Next load. I'm gonna get some steel going. Yeah. Well, thanks for the advice. I. Yeah, I'm gonna have to look into it. I looked. I think I looked a couple weeks ago on the about the medicine or science or whatever it is. I looked on the wiki a couple weeks ago, but they don't really have a lot of info about skills and like I can't help but think somewhere somebody's got a guide on what to craft to raise certain skills. But since that's no longer how you do it in the current game, maybe not. Okay, first thing. Steel smithing. Excellent. Okay, now see how much steel we can make. Oh, that's awesome. just gonna do like 20 just to keep the just to keep that wrench repaired. And then I'm gonna go see about getting all the stuff to build all this. That's great. That's great. Oops. Do this for another 15 minutes. So that's all that out of the way. That's kind of a relief. I was kind of stressing over that a little bit. It's like, you need concrete, you need a workbench, you got to get the cement mixer, and everything. And I know I've only got one wrench, so I was. This is the part of the game that I have not had a lot of experience with. Like right about now, I was playing on adventure difficulty because that seems to be the default on console. I'm on Nomad now. So like usually between the 21 horde, the 28 horde, and sometime maybe early into the 30s is usually about when I restart. Because I've learned a bunch of new stuff and I start thinking of a million things I could have done differently and done better and done quicker and stuff like that. So I'll start a new game, just also because I like fresh starts too. But so kind of getting into dealing with workbenches and concrete and whatnot, I've gotten to that point, but I've never really used any of it to any real extent. So that's why it's kind of got me in a little bit of a twist at points. But that's great. And I've got a pretty decent wrench. It's 223. Not bad. Not a bad find for the first one you found. I've gotten a bunch of a lot worse ones than that. So that'll repair nicely with the steel, and we can go get the stuff we need. Probably a lot of it right across the street. In fact, instead of going and working on the base and collecting stone and working on the base today like I was thinking about, I think I might go ahead and go get the stuff first thing in the morning, or work on looting first thing in the morning to try to get a jump on that. Because I've got the stuff for another forge. Actually, I got the stuff for probably a couple more forges. So I can get a nice little setup going at the other base, at the actual base, to get upgraded to concrete. And I think I'll probably still do iron here. I'll just do stone over there, I think. And there's a little sliver of desert biome near here that has that I can get sand. So that's handy. And I need to get some more sand for glass for over here too. I forgot to split that. Yeah, that's what I plan to do. Ultimately, I think, like right here, half of this town is in burnt forest, and I don't tend to, go to burnt forest a whole lot, just because of, it's not as bad as wasteland, but you do get dogs. I've found out in those. Maybe the times I've gotten it was just random and it wasn't a normal thing, but because there are random dogs every now and then, but I find they're great for starting because of all the little pieces of houses you can loot in. But as far as like once you get into the game, it's just best just to stay out of them. And I was thinking about maybe like my horde base is here, and I was thinking about maybe sticking an entrance down in this corner and then tunneling, like a ways away from town into here underground, and then just putting signs up around, caution, screamer area, and so because I won't go down there a lot anyway, and I'll just kind of mark that area off as a place to avoid, and then I can just load up everything I want for production. But I've got to get this base upgraded. Like I said, that about gave me a heart attack during the horde night the other night. So, I can stick a forge, a workbench. It's probably, it's not a bad idea to have a workbench over there anyway. So I'll stick like a forge, a workbench, and a cement mixer now in the horde base just to get it going, so I can get it upgraded. And then once I'm, and I'll continue doing iron over here, spreading the heat out between the two. And then when I'm ready to, when I'm secure in all of that, which, I don't know if that's ever necessarily going to be exactly the case, but when that's in good shape, I'll go dig, the next base like I just described on the map. And go deep. Yeah, go deep and underground and have just, people criticize that as being like a cheese move to avoid game mechanics and whatnot, but I take issue with that, and I like the survival elements of this game, and I try not to cheese things in this game and other games that I play that I like the challenge of. But to me, I think it keeps with the spirit of the game. If you were actually in a zombie apocalypse, you would do things that that the zombies, it's like, oh, I'm fighting for my life out here. I'm not going to not dig deep to put a base, because it's not sporting. You know what I mean? I mean, we in real life, we build mouse traps based on the tendencies and weaknesses of mice, and any other type of trap you can imagine. Washington crossed the Delaware on Christmas Day to fight the Hessians because they knew the Hessians would be drunk and hungover celebrating Christmas Day, because, in warfare back then, only a bunch of American hayseeds would even think to have a battle on Christmas Day, because it wasn't sporting. And that was the seeds of their demise at wherever that was. I forget where that was, but you get my point. I mean, it's I could see if you have your entire base operation and never build a horde base and just try to completely avoid hordes on horde night. Okay, that's a bit much, but for a production base, because here's the thing: I've had a bunch of forges and campfires in a base that was also my horde base, and during the week between hordes, I couldn't get anything done because of the heat that thing was pulling. Like you can't not fight the zombies because they'll eventually bring your base down. So it's like, I'm getting, screamers and mini hordes twice a day. Well, twice a day of dealing with all of that, that's probably 4 or 5 hours of daytime wasted just, killing zombies, which I like doing, but you know, you got other things you got to get done in this game besides constantly killing zombies. So, so I'm with you, brother. I think, and that's been kind of my plan is to build a separate base to do all my production in, just to avoid all of that and keep where I hang out and you know where I need to be, you know, cooler on the heat map. Not to mention, I have enough to learn still with the learning curve that I have enough challenge in this game as it is at this point, just getting it done. Alright, I'm gonna put this up here because it can stay. This is coming with us. I'm gonna take the hammer just because I'm notorious for leaving tools behind that I need. Although I probably, yeah, you know what? I'm gonna leave that along with the shovel and the frames that I need to remember to take back over there that I ridiculously brought over here with me when I didn't need to. We're going to be looting today, and I got to figure out. I guess the eggs don't have to come. I just keep them in inventory because you always wind up finding eggs and, you know, stack them. So those can go. The feathers, I'll leave the feathers. Same thing with that. You always find feathers, and it's just nice to stack them out of the way. But I think that can go away. We have a mining helmet now, which is beautiful. Let's see. 15 minutes didn't really make too much of a dent in that, so I'll do like another 20, I think. Yeah, that's right. That's about right, I think. Perfect. 406. Oh, I didn't eat. I need to put. I'm gonna run back and eat real quick. I guess it doesn't matter. I have enough on me, but I'm close enough. But I like to get this done first thing, just so I'm not. Don't have to deal with it. Also, while I'm thinking about it, one other sidetrack before we go hit that hotel or that motel. I want to check my mushrooms. These things take an age and a day to grow. And I've only seen them come in once. Beautiful. They're back. Alright, let me go. What about my potatoes? Are they in? No. Potatoes I just planted yesterday, I think. So it looks like we're destined to have one extra mushroom. Hence more than forevermore. Like it requires 2 to make the spores, and then it gives you 3, and you gotta have dirt. It's kind of weird with the mushrooms. Excellent. And we're off. Got a little drop box here. Actually, I'm going to pause this for one moment. And I'm going to look up what I need. Let's see. Cement mixer is forged iron, 4 springs, small engine, and 10 mechanical parts. The workbench is, so basically spring, engine, and parts. Workbench is 20 mechanical parts. I need another wrench, and then a claw hammer and wood. So really it's just I need another wrench and 20 mechanical parts. So I need 30 mechanical parts, an engine, where are you? No, that's not what I was looking for. And 4 springs. Okay, well, we'll see how we do. I think the beds give you springs, so and I see a spring there already. Awesome. Awesome. Wow, I got some more pipes. Very nice. Very nice. Anything in here we can take down? Nope. Yeah, is that where you like to stick your bases? By the way, if that's your preference, then I meant no offense by what I was talking about. I just know that's a common criticism that people have in the game. Is when people dig for that, but I think it makes sense considering the way the oh, not gonna mess with that. Considering the way the heat works and everything, and playing solo, I mean something's got to give somewhere. I mean you can't get everything done if all you do all day is fight zombies. Oh. That's the best item I've ever looted in this game. Yeah, you stick your forges down there. Yeah, that's pretty much what I'm talking about. Are you talking about like under your actual base or like in a separate area? That's what I'm talking about doing. Is God, you know what? I'm sorry, but a 600 quality wrench. I don't know that I've ever looted a 600 quality anything in this game. That's pretty freaking cool. And now I've got a wrench for my workbench. Now I know why my friend raves about Quality Joe. I have all 3 levels of Quality Joe, which is probably why I got that. And I see now why it's worth getting. Yeah, well, what's the why do you like if you do it under your base, like why go all the way to Bedrock with it? I mean, because it seems like it'd be a lot of extra work to go down there just for safety in case your base comes down. Is that right? Yeah, I know that heat works vertically. Um, so why take it? I'm just like why take it down that far? Is it just for like the security of having it? Ooh, I already have that. All right, let me go to my drop. I can't figure out what the deal is why plant fiber shirts are like seem to be like that. That seems to have double the stats of this purple red shirt. Like 7 versus 11 fire, 3 versus 7 radiation. I mean, it just seems better, which is why I never wear the clothes that I get. Hey Andrew, how you doing? Yeah, exactly, Bullet. Exactly. That's why I'm thinking I'm gonna go relocating. So so these percentages here, like literally these boots, they're identical. The identical item. The higher quality one has lower percentages. Should I be going for lower percentages? Doing well, Andrew. Doing well. I'm kind of at a point in the game where I'm sort of getting into new territory. I've played a lot of the early mid level game, and sort of at the point that I'm at now is kind of new for me. I'm kind of just getting a feel for it all. I'm gonna stick with the purple ones, but it just doesn't make sense. You want lower percentages? See, I thought that was like a resistance. Okay. So maybe this is better than. So this purple shirt is better than my plant fiber shirt. I mean, you see the difference in stats though. See, concussive is 4%, puncture is 4%, and then it's 8% and 8% on the plant fiber. So I want a lower percentage on those. On the I've been reading gear wrong apparently this whole time. So well, cool. Well, I gotta. Oops. Rocking a purple shirt now. And nerdy glasses. Right. Yeah. Yeah. I know that purple quality is better than lower quality, but like in actually reading the numbers, that's the thing. Like in actually reading the numbers, like so like on gear for those attributes, you want lower percentages. Right, of course. I'm just saying, like in most games, when a piece of gear, like in most games, when a piece of gear has like you know like uh types of damage you can get and a percentage attached to it, that's a resist, like a resistance. So in this game, it's like it's saying it allows that percentage. It's just kind of you know, I mean, it's fine. It's just different from what you generally see. That's why I was reading gear wrong, I guess. But I started noticing all the higher quality stuff was was giving lower percentages, and I couldn't figure out what the story was on that. Hopefully, we'll get an engine out of one of these. Last time I broke down a bunch of cars, it took a bunch before I found an engine. No, I mean it makes sense. I mean, like, I have to be looking at it the wrong way because it would make absolutely zero sense for purple gear consistently across the board to not be as good as the lower level gear. I have 2 mechanical parts here. I think I've got 4 over at the farm. So, alright, we're going to keep going through here until we get our mechanical parts. I'm trying to get supplies to make a workbench as well as a cement mixer. I really just need the workbench stuff first, but I'd like to go ahead and bang out um, cement mixer also. Nice, always good. What's back here? Nothing. Oh, okay. With my brand new 600 quality wrench. I'm really excited about that. I'm very, very happy with having looted that new wrench. Yeah, I had kind of a slow start this time. Plus, I'm kind of new to the game. I'm kind of always slow starting anyway. Um, I got really lucky with seeds the first like day or two. So for like the first week, I kind of hunkered down and farmed. Actually, just to kind of get food and drink production out of the way. Plus, I kind of like the progression of the game. I don't really necessarily need to rush, into the higher materials. But now I'm in a situation where I think my base definitely needs some upgrading for sure. It needs some upgrading. So I kind of got to get on it and get that stuff rolling. I guess I could take these out too, but I don't really. Well, like I said, I'm kind of new. I've been playing since about the 1st of August, so I'm not a total noob, but I'm, ish. Like I'm beyond clueless, maybe a step beyond that, and then, but kind of a lot of the mid-level stuff and in-game stuff is definitely new to me. So, but I'm getting there. Do you play on Xbox as well, Andrew? I'm gonna take out this last room on the ground floor just to, for completion's sake. And then we're gonna hit the road because I know there's some places where I know we're gonna be able to find probably mechanical parts better than here. I'm gonna look around to see if I can find an air conditioning unit here though. And we're gonna take down cars while we do that too. There's our air conditioning units. Beautiful. Actually, I'm gonna just look up here just to be safe. I bet there's one here too. Yep. The new patch on console, if that's what you play on, is pretty cool. I was kind of indifferent about getting traders, and really wasn't something I was all that necessarily like looking for. There's a lot of other stuff from the PC version that I would have liked to have gotten besides the traders, but they work, and the new POIs are cool. The only complaint I have about the new patch is, well, that besides the fact that we didn't get more, and the temperature system's all wacky now. Like you'll be in the same place. See, like right now, or like perfect example. Like I'm changing clothes 6 and 8 times a day now. And it's not a huge thing. It's just, I mean, now that I've got a decent coat and a poncho for the two extremes, it seems to take care of the problem. But it's just kind of like, like why do I have to deal with this? Is it all over the place on PC also? Yeah, I think I read something about that. We got some angry locals around. Nice. gonna give it a glance. I'm not gonna really loot this place. I just want to kind of see if there's any roof access or attic access, like maybe this. Yeah, maybe. Sometimes there are AC units up in here.